Prologue. A World on Fire. The film begins in 1939 as Nazi Germany invades Poland. Jewish families are herded into ghettos, their belongings stripped, their futures uncertain. Against this backdrop of fear and despair, we meet an unlikely figure, Oskar Schindler, Liam Neeson, a wealthy, womanizing businessman, member of the Nazi Party, an opportunist who sees war not as tragedy, but as profit. That he wines and dines German officers, charming them with cigars and champagne. His goal is clear: to make money. Using Jewish investors and labor, he opens an enamelware factory. To run the books, he hires a Jewish accountant, Itzhak Stern, Ben Kingsley, whose quiet intelligence and moral compass will become vital. Building the factory, greed as survival. Schindler's factory becomes a haven of sorts. While he profits, Stern manipulates the system, employing as many Jews as possible to protect them from deportation. A work permit under Schindler means survival. Schindler enjoys the status of success, fine clothes, expensive gifts, and mistresses. Yet through his eyes, we begin to glimpse the inhuman cruelty surrounding him. Soldiers drag families from their homes. Children hide in sewers. The world darkens. The liquidation of the Krakow ghetto. One of the film's most haunting sequences unfolds. The liquidation of the Krakow ghetto. Jews are rounded up, shot in the streets, or packed on trains bound for concentration camps. Amid the chaos, Schindler observes from horseback that it is here. He notices a little girl in a red coat, a splash of color in an otherwise black and white film. She wanders aimlessly as brutality unfolds around her. The image sears itself into Schindler's mind. Later, he will see her small corpse among the dead. In that moment, profit gives way to conscience. Amon Goth, the face of evil, the commandant of the Plasso labor camp, Amon Goth, Ralph Fiennes, embodies monstrous cruelty. He wakes each morning, takes his rifle, and casually snipes prisoners from his balcony for sport. To him, human life is worthless. Schindler befriends Goth, flattering him to protect his workers. Their conversations highlight the difference between them. Goth rules with terror. Schindler begins to grasp the power of mercy. The Listas. The war turns against Germany. The Nazis begin to close camps and liquidate the Jewish population. Schindler realizes his workers will be sent to Auschwitz, to certain death. In a desperate move, he bribes Goth and other officials to allow him to relocate his factory to Brunlitz, in Czechoslovakia. Together with Stern, he compiles a list of names, Schindler's List, the men, women, and children who will be spared. Each name written down is a life saved. Stern types the names tirelessly, knowing that each keystroke is the difference between life and death. The list is life. All around its margins lies the gulf. Brunlitz, a fragile sanctuary. The workers are transported to Schindler's new factory. Though conditions are harsh, they are safe compared to the camps. Schindler deliberately ensures the weapons his factory produces are useless, subtly sabotaging the Nazi war effort while protecting his workers. In one harrowing moment, a trainload of women mistakenly sent to Auschwitz is diverted back after Schindler personally intervenes and bribes officials. He risks his fortune, reputation, and even his life, but refuses to abandon them. War's end. The speech. As Germany collapses, Schindler gathers his workers in the factory. He tells them the war is over, they are free, but he must flee as a member of the Nazi Party. Before leaving, he breaks down. Surrounded by the very people whose lives he saved, he is overcome with guilt, lamenting that he did not do more. I could have got more. I didn't do enough. He points to his car, his gold pin, symbols of wealth that could have saved more lives. Stern comforts him. There will be generations because of what you did. Oskar Schindler flees, a fugitive. His workers remain, free but haunted by all they have endured. Epilogue. The legacy. The film closes decades later, in color. Survivors of Schindler's factory, now elderly, walk together to his grave in Jerusalem. One by one, they place stones upon it, a Jewish tradition of remembrance. The camera pans across their faces and then to the descendants, the children and grandchildren of those Schindler saved. In the end, he rescued over 1,100 Jews, and generations live because of his actions. Closing. Schindler's List is not a story of a saint, but of a flawed man transformed by conscience. A tale of horror and hope, cruelty and compassion, It reminds us that even in the darkest times, one person's courage can change the fate of thousands. It is both a historical testament and a meditation on humanity. That life, every single life, is priceless.